You'll laugh.
Ho, ho, ho.
You'll cry.
Ah!
You'll get up and dance as you and your family share the ongoing saga of a boy and his dog,
Snoopy!
a dog and his dinner,
I must admit, he's a very satisfying person to cook for.
a girl and her football,
Ah!
and a kid and his blanket.
What are you gonna do with it when you grow up? Maybe I'll make it into a sport coat.
That's right, the gang's all here. The entire Peanuts gang and all your favorite animated Peanuts titles. Now on video at great low prices, even a grown-up can't resist.
Is that right? Come on, Charlie Brown. It's a big honor for you.
So join Charlie Brown, Snoopy, Lucy, and the entire cast of unforgettable Peanuts characters in their most memorable classics.
I decided to say a few words about the Great Pumpkin.
It's the Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown. A Charlie Brown Thanksgiving. A Charlie Brown Christmas. Happy New Year, Charlie Brown. Be My Valentine, Charlie Brown. And it's the Easter Beagle, Charlie Brown.
All right, everybody, listen up.
And don't forget about all the other great Peanuts adventures.
I can see it now.
Yes, it's the very best of Peanuts, and they're priced to make you smile.
Of all the Charlie Browns in the world, you're the Charlie Browniest.
Collect them all, now on video cassette.
And now we're pleased to bring you our feature presentation.
Hi, I'm Michelle Lee. Somehow, it's always seemed to me that Charlie Brown has been a member of my own family. Whether I was a youngster first reading the comic strip, or a performer catching him in different newspapers on the road, or a parent watching on television with my son at the holidays, Charlie Brown has always been a part of my life. For 40 years, Charlie Brown has emerged as the most popular comic strip of all time, bringing laughter around the world to 52 countries in 26 languages. For 25 of those years, Charlie Brown has also entertained an entire generation on stage, screen, and television. One man, Charles Schulz, has drawn every single comic strip himself, nearly 15,000 comic strips over 4 decades. This year, Charles Schulz and good old Charlie Brown will have been honored in everything from halftime at the Super Bowl, to a special award at the Louvre in Paris, to an exhibition at the Smithsonian. Tonight, we're going to celebrate how the world's most beloved failure, Charlie Brown, has somehow managed to become a worldwide success. And we'll share a love letter to Charles Schulz, an American original.
Be sure to put a welcome mat in front of the door. Get out some invitations and on them let's write. We're gonna have a party tonight. We'll play some Simon Says and some musical chairs. Be sure to RSVP because you'll wanna be there. We're riding in the sky and in big neon lights. We're gonna have a party tonight. you bet. Take that confetti out and some colorful treats. 'Cause every movie party must have plenty of each. Get out your party clothes, tell everybody inside. We're gonna have a party tonight. We're gonna have a party. Oh, a real terrific party. We're gonna have a party tonight. Diddly diddly do 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 do. Oh.
The comic strip is as uniquely American as Thanksgiving and the 4th of July. For nearly a century now, millions of us have started our mornings by turning to the funny pages. But one group of comic strip characters did something on a December night in 1969 that no characters had done before or since. On that same night, the stage musical You're a Good Man, Charlie Brown was playing to a sold-out audience off-Broadway. The theatrical movie, A Boy Named Charlie Brown, was being seen by a sold-out audience at New York's Radio City Music Hall. And the 5th broadcast of A Charlie Brown Christmas was being viewed by nearly 50% of the American television audience. Now, more than 20 years later, good old Charlie Brown is still going strong. Why has this particular comic strip endured for 40 years? Why have these characters been able to star on network television for 25 of those years?
You took the wrong turn, Chuck!
We asked Charles Schulz to select those ideas which he had created for the comic strip that might help explain the public's 4-decade fascination with his characters.
Baseball is probably the perfect vehicle for someone like Charlie Brown to fail all the time. And it's a good sport to draw because you have these climactic moments in between the action. And I love drawing Snoopy being the shortstop, and I love drawing Lucy out there in right field saying dumb things, and poor Charlie Brown having to suffer through the whole thing. So of all of the different themes that I've worked with, baseball has probably given me more ideas than anything else. I could draw baseball cartoons the rest of my life.
Baseball is the crack of the bat, the roar of the crowd,
The tip of your hat.
Baseball is a great pitching match.
That's what baseball is.
You don't know what you're talking about, Charlie Brown. I'll tell you what baseball is. Baseball is dropping the ball, always striking out or taking a fall. Baseball is losing every game. That's what baseball is.
Listen to me. Baseball is as American as jazz.
And apple pie.
Oh, brother.
It doesn't matter if you lose or win.
As long as you give it a try.
Say, you don't think Charlie Brown will try to steal home, do you? Never. Not even Charlie Brown would do anything that stupid. I wonder if I should try to steal home. This is my big chance to be a hero. If I could steal home, the game would be all tied up, and I'd be the hero. I haven't got the nerve. I'm gonna steal home, and I'm gonna be a hero. Get ready now. Here I go. Don't be scared. Here I go. Zoom. Here I go. Here I stay. If I'm gonna be a hero, I gotta try to steal home. First, I'll dance around a little on the baseline to confuse our pitcher. And then I'll take off!
That crazy Charlie Brown is trying to steal home. Slide, Charlie Brown, slide! Oh, you blockhead! Oh! We lost the game because of Charlie Brown!
Baseball is the crack of the bat,
Dropping the ball,
Roar of the crowd.
taking a fall,
tip of your hat.
always striking. Baseball is
A great pitching match.
losing the game. That's what baseball is.
I don't know how long ago it was, but I was sitting there one day by the drawing board trying to figure out what would happen if some little kid got one holiday ahead of himself. And so I gave the idea to Linus, and he was the one who started to worry about what kind of presents he was going to get on Halloween. But he was actually thinking about Christmas. But he got one holiday ahead of himself, and then of course he had to have someone that he could write to. Now, who would you write to? At Christmas time, you write to Santa Claus, and bang, it just came to me. Well, at Halloween, you would write to the Great Pumpkin.
On Halloween night there appears an incredible sight. I sit and wait in the
block away from the pumpkin patch in the bowling alley.
It's the last free. All I need is 5 pins. I can do it. I know I can do it. Just don't get nervous now. Don't panic. Take it easy.
Chuck, you're facing the wrong way. Don't throw it, Chuck. Stop! Stop!
Do it, ball. Please, do it. Did I do it? Did I get a strike? Did I win?
You threw the ball at the front door, Chuck.
I hear something. It must be the Great Pumpkin. He's coming. He's coming. The Great Pumpkin is coming. Look out! Can you believe it? He finally came. The Great Pumpkin finally came.
Hey, I didn't see a thing. I've been cheated. I've been robbed.
Now let's see anyone try to make fun of me about the Great Pumpkin. I knew he'd come. Did anyone see a bowling ball come this way?
You mean I gave him trick-or-treats to be a bowling pin?
It was not a bowling ball. It was the Great Pumpkin, and I know it.
I remember my mother saying once that if we ever had another dog, Snoopy would be a good name for the dog, which is why Snoopy is called by that name. And he was patterned a little bit after a dog that I had when I was about 13, 14 years old. His name was Spike, of course. He was kind of a wild dog. And Snoopy, when he started off, was just a cute little puppy, looked a little bit like Spike. But then as the years went on, he got up on his hind legs and he began to do all sorts of strange things, including thinking, which I don't think any of the other dogs in comic strips had ever done up until then.
Here atop my doghouse, my dog dish at my feet. I lie here and the round-headed kid brings me things to eat. Others have to travel if they want to get somewhere. But all I do is lie here and dream. And bingo, I am there! I can be a Joe Cool or a flying ace. I can be the masked marvel and win every race. There are only 3 things that I need. My doghouse, my dog dish, and me. I don't need an airplane, a compass or map. I don't need a suitcase, cause I don't need to pack. There are only 3 things that I need. My doghouse, my dog dish, and me. I decide what my world should be. I can make magic from up here, you see. Yes, here I dream lying on my back. And should I get hungry, I just reach for a snack. I can be Flash, Beagle, or Sherlock Holmes, or sit up here typing my favorite poems. There are only 3 things that I need. My doghouse, my dog dish, and me. My doghouse, my dog dish, and me.
I think Woodstock is a good example of how important drawing is in a comic strip because I'll bet it took me almost 20 years to learn how to draw that bird just the way I wanted to. But it finally worked out, and he and Snoopy are very fond of each other.
Little birdie, why do you fly upside down? It's amazing at the way you get around. Little birdie, why you worry like you do? Don't you worry, you just do what you can do. Little birdie, things just fascinate you so. And your friend there likes to show you what he knows. Little birdie, he don't mind the way he should. watching, that's when you know that he'll be good.
When I was a little kid and we'd gather together and go out to play either tackle or touch football, it never failed that as the game started, we would begin with the kickoff. The person who was going to do the kicking would go running up to kick the ball, and the person holding the ball invariably would pull it away, and everybody would laugh. This just became something that always happened. So why not do it in the comic strip? And who better to have pull it away than Lucy, and who could be better at being the one who has to suffer as Charlie Brown? This happens every year and will probably happen for years to come. At least I hope it will.
Including the 1990s on a NASA space station, where even the music of Dave Brubeck can't save poor old Charlie Brown.
Oh, Charlie Brown, I'm going to hold this football, and I want you to come and kick it.
Oh, no, you don't. I may be dumb enough to do that back on Earth, but not up here.
But there are billions of people watching Charlie Brown. I wouldn't pull it away in front of all those people.
But how can I kick it in zero gravity?
Here, I'll hold the ball. And you come spinning end over end, and you'll kick the ball just right.
Maybe she's right. After all these years, maybe this will be the time I kick that ball. And with millions of people watching, too. Okay, I'll do it. Watch out, world. Here I come.
For zero gravity, things in space are pretty much the same as they are on Earth.
I think 3 out of the 5 children in our family all dragged around these silly little blankets. And this is obviously what gave me the idea for Linus to have the blanket. And of course from that, we had the ideas for Lucy's being embarrassed by her brother having the blanket. And the most flattering thing, of course, is the fact that security blanket is now in the dictionary. It's become part of our language.
Come back here with that blanket, you crazy dog! Now where did he go? I can't imagine where he went. It's pretty hot out here today. That old sun is really beating down. I'd sure hate to be under a blanket or something on a hot day like this. A person could roast to death. It seems to be getting warmer. Yep, I say that this is just about the hottest day we've had yet. Stupid dog.
In Linus's home, he's the one who gets dominated by Lucy. But out of this has come one of the most delightful and, to me, moving experiences. And this has been the creation of this great song, Linus and Lucy, written by Vince Guaraldi. And every time I hear it, I just have a great feeling of gratitude that this man should have written such a classic for us.
Here is recording star David Benoit in the first music video of Linus and Lucy.
Lucy, I've been thinking, and I think that life is just like an ice cream cone. You have to lick it one day at a the time.
No, of all the Charlie Browns in the world, you're the Charlie Browniest.
Happy anniversary, Charlie Brown.
The playfulness and improvisation of jazz became the perfect musical identity for the Peanuts characters. The jazz of the 60s, breaking new ground in self-expression, blended with the self-awareness of the Peanuts gang, especially for that ultimate hipster, Joe Cool, here celebrated by the one and only B.B. King.
But that's okay, 'cause he's Joe Cool. Joe Cool, dressing up right, going out to catch a lady to take out tonight. Put those shades on, brush his pearly white, looking casual, feeling dynamite. Little darling he meet. He says, hey baby, how about a midnight snack? She says, I got a date already, I'll catch you later, Jack. He heads home, but he's no fool. He may not have a girlfriend, but at least he's cool. Joe Cool.
Joe Cool and the rest of the Peanuts characters live here at No. 1 Snoopy Place, in a quiet town of Santa Rosa, California, just an hour's drive north of San Francisco. In this book-lined studio, filled with nearly a half-century of memorabilia, family, and of fellow artists from around the world, Charles Schulz weaves his daily magic. From this solitary easel, armed with just pencil, pen, and blank paper, Charles Schulz has been a bell ringer for our thoughts and imagination. Within a few inches of space, and with just a few seconds of time, he is at once an artist, a humorist, and often a philosopher. Did you always want to be a cartoonist?
Someone wrote to me recently and was wondering about a strip that I had done years ago where Linus was drawing in the air. And this person was wondering if I had gotten the idea from some educator whom she mentioned, and of course I had never heard of this person, but I had forgotten that when I was small, I used to draw in the air all of the time. I'd be sitting around like some stupid little kid while others were talking. The adults were carrying on a conversation. I had nothing to do, and I'd be drawing pictures in the air. They probably thought I was crazy. And then we also had a kitchen table which had some kind of a smooth material where I could draw on it with a pencil and then it could be washed off. I'll bet I made thousands of drawings on the top of that kitchen table and then just washed them all away because it made up for a lack of drawing paper. I was always stuck for good drawing paper. I remember a kid showing me some drawings that he had made on his notebook for school. It never occurred to me to do that. I just didn't think that people cared about drawing that much. And I looked at this notebook that he had drawn on, and I thought I can do even better than that. And so I started drawing on the cover of my notebooks, and then all the other kids in class saw Mickey Mouse and the Three Little Pigs and Popeye and those things on my notebooks, and then I had to draw on their notebooks too. I guess that's when autographs started.
Because he excels in art and other subjects as well, Charles Schulz is promoted, jumped ahead, 2 elementary grades. Because of his rapid promotion, he's suddenly the youngest in his class. So he's either ignored or rebuffed by the older, bigger children. He becomes a loner, often working alone, playing alone, and even eating lunch alone in the schoolyard.
I remember a problem that I gave the class to draw small objects in groups of 3s. Some of the pupils could produce maybe 3 or 4 groups. Charles filled a whole sheet of 12 by 18 of drawings so crowded. And they were spectacular because there were things that you wouldn't even think of. That means that his mind is working every minute. He isn't worried about what's going on in the paper. It's in his mind. It's got to come out. And from that time on, I just kept my hands off. And that feeling that comes from Charles is really part of his soul. I think that's why he is still a shy man. He's expended so much of himself into his drawings. And I still don't understand how he does as much as he does.
Too discouraged to seek a formal education after high school, he enrolls in a correspondence school of art instruction. Then, after an Army tour of duty in Europe during World War II, he returns to St. Paul, Minnesota to try to find a job as an artist. For over a year, he's turned down time and time again. Finally, a St. Paul newspaper starts to run his comic panel called Little Folks as a once-a-week feature in the late 1940s. In 1950, he bundles his best work and sends it to United Feature Syndicate in New York. To his amazement, United buys the strip, renames it Peanuts, and sells it to 8 newspapers. Today, 40 years later, Peanuts appears daily in 2,200 newspapers around the world. How many times have we cuddled a Snoopy doll, or pinned a Peanuts comic strip on a wall, or smiled knowingly at our child's security blanket? How many times have we yelled good grief, or thought that happiness really is a warm puppy? How many times have we wished that poor Charlie Brown would kick that football or fly that kite or win that baseball game? And how many times have we gathered our family in front of the television to watch a Charlie Brown Christmas? It was that TV special back in 1965 that brought movement and voices to the by then 15-year-old comic strip. Translating what by then had become the nation's favorite strip to primetime television was a difficult assignment for animator Bill Melendez.
These little kids have such great big heads, we couldn't reach around to touch the top of their heads. So we never could animate them in that, reaching for anything in the front view. We always had to turn them profile so then we could stretch our arms as long as we wanted. But we didn't find that out until we started trying to animate. And another little thing was how do they walk? It's easy enough to say, well, we'll just walk them across a room. But they have little tiny legs to this great big head, a little tiny body.
Just don't know.
And we had to decide, how fast to walk them. The best thing we thought of and came up with was to use children's voices. Again, that helped make the little characters convincingly real.
Prior to A Charlie Brown Christmas, most cartoons involving children had used adult voices pretending to be children. But from their first special, the Peanuts kids have always been played by children, ranging from age 6 to 12. Every 2 years, a new cast must be found. Recently, over 50 of those voices, now ranging in age from 6 to 36, met at Camp Snoopy at Knott's Berry Farm in California for the 25th television anniversary celebration, including 8 Charlie Browns.
Oh, good grief!
I remember about being the first voice of Charlie Brown being in a very cold recording studio. No, it was a wonderful experience. I was a child actor, so doing the voice of Charlie Brown was a lot easier because he didn't have to wear makeup, and it was just a lot of fun.
Hi, my name's Aaron Chase, and I was the first girl who played Charlie Brown, and this is American Charlie Brown.
Well, it was my first voiceover I ever did, my first cartoon, and it was a lot of fun. It was just great. It was always neat for me to say that I was Charlie Brown. And my friends today, they still don't believe me. I can say to them, I was Charlie Brown, and they say, do the voice. But I can't do the voice anymore. The voice changed. I was out of there, but it was a lot of fun.
And amongst a dozen former Lucys was Sally Dreyer, who was Lucy back in 1966.
I guess it's amazing to me how much of Lucy's personality I've taken on. I really enjoyed playing Lucy. I got a lot of attention when I was a kid.
Well, I most remember is when I went into audition. I was all nervous and stuff, and my mom just told me, Heather, just act like you're talking to your brother. And so I went in and I just talked all snotty and nasally and, just acted just like I was talking to my big brother. And sure enough, I got the job.
You're a blockhead, Charlie Brown!
My name is Jeff Ornstein. I played Pigpen on A Charlie Brown Christmas, and it's followed me all my life.
All I remember is we had a major blast while filming. All of us had fun, always playing around.
I played Peppermint Patty a long time ago. An odd thing that comes about when you do play Peppermint Patty, I work construction during the day, and I had to ask for today off, which is Friday. So I asked my foreman for some unknown reason that I had to show up here today, not because I was Peppermint Patty.
You kinda like me, don't you, Chuck? You sly dog! Happy birthday, Charlie Brown!
In a fairly well-guarded secret all these years, one voice did belong to an adult. Bill Melendez as Snoopy.
Now you play it back at double speed.
Well, what do you think of my routine, Coach? Are roller skating coaches as crabby as you?
As the years went by, we found it proper and timely to elaborate on our use of the medium. So we entered into rotoscoping, where we animate the character directly over live action.
Combining history, education, and entertainment was the goal of network television's first animated miniseries, the 8-part This Is America, Charlie Brown. Charlie Brown and the gang did everything from sailing on the Mayflower in 1620 to attending the drafting of our Constitution in 1787, to speaking with President Abraham Lincoln in 1863 just before he was to deliver his Gettysburg Address. They experienced America's Great Depression in 1933, America's challenges in the 1960s, and in a futuristic flight on a space station, they looked back on Earth.
Wow, the sight of that beautiful Earth just gives me goosebumps. It is so gorgeous.
You know how they always teach us about boundaries and countries in school?
Sure.
Do you notice something I'm from up here, looking down there, what? There are no boundary lines. Wouldn't it be nice to have maps with no boundaries?
Now that's one test even I could pass.
Just look at that great ocean. Can you imagine those pilgrims crossing that great ocean in that tiny boat?
Just look at our country down there. Can you imagine that Lewis and Clark covered almost 2/3 of it in a canoe?
Hey, what about that transcontinental railroad? 1,800 miles across mountains and deserts. Now that's a piece of work. It all boggles the mind. I wonder what will become of it. Of what? I wonder what will become of the earth.
Well, I guess we just have to keep plugging away.
Just keep plugging away?
Yeah, kind of like Charlie Brown over there, eh, Lucille?
Charlie Brown? What has he got to do with any of this?
Well, you know, he doesn't always do the right thing, and I can still strike him out on 3 pitches.
So?
Well, I gotta hand it to him. He keeps on trying. He doesn't give up. He just keeps plugging away. So I guess that's what we all have to do back on Earth.
And finally, they celebrated the music of America.
Come on in here, come on in here, Alexander's Ragtime Band. Come on in here, it's the best band in the land. They play a bugle call like you never heard before, so natural that you want to go to war. That's just the bestest band we'll have. Oh, the Honeyland, ride along, come on along, let me take you by the hand. Up to the man, who's the leader of the band? And if you care to hear that Swanee River play, then right on, come on in here, Alexander's Ragtime Band.
How have the characters changed over the course of time?
Well, I suppose the characters have changed according to how I have changed myself, and according to how my own life has changed. I think I did a lot of little tiny kid things when I was first married and all my children were small. I used to draw the kids in playpens and riding on tricycles and things like that, but I haven't drawn a tricycle in 20 years. It's my whole outlook on life as I've grown older. Unfortunately, I've started to do grandpa jokes. I never thought that I'd get to the point where I start doing grandpa jokes, but that would be, I suppose, how the characters have changed. I don't think the characters are quite as mean as they used to be. Lucy is not as sarcastic and as mean as she used to be, and I think that Charlie Brown maybe has matured a little bit. He's a lot like yourself, you know, as you've done great things. You've matured, I've matured, and I think Charlie Brown is probably not quite the loser that he used to think that he was.
I realize by reading you what a brilliant comic you are. You actually draw takes, and you have to have comedy timing to do what you do in that strip.
I remember once Milt Caniff, who did Terry and the Pirates, and Steve Canyon saying that what he liked about his job, and Milt was very much into the theater, you know, he loved the theater. He liked the fact that he was the director, he was the cameraman, and he was the actor and the writer. He was the whole thing. And I think this is why comic strip artists like this medium so much. We are the boss. We set the stage, we do the acting, the directing, for better or for worse.
I understand that you're a man of many moods. And does any of this come out of your own melancholy? Do you write from that part of yourself?
I think most cartoonists would tell you that some of their best work comes when they are feeling quite low. And if I am in a low mood or feeling lonely or something like that, then I think about Charlie Brown, or if I lost something, I can transfer those feelings to Charlie Brown. But then the cartoonist has a knack of making it kind of funny, or at least you hope it's funny. Whereas I feel sorry for the average person then who feels low and then has no outlet to release those emotions and make up for it. So I'm grateful that I have this outlet.
In the same way that Charles Schulz was inspired by such comic strips as Crazy Cat, Captain Easy, and Popeye, many of today's cartoonists have been inspired by Schulz himself. Peanuts has always examined the psychology of human behavior, which influenced Kathy Geisweit to use the art form of the comic strip to focus on the insecurities of modern-day single life.
All of us who are lucky enough to know Charles Schulz call him Sparky. This is a nickname he got when he was little. He was named after Sparkplug the horse in the comic strip Barney Google. I think that everybody who does a comic strip today owes a real debt of gratitude to Sparky. I know for myself, reading his work over the years really taught me that it was okay to express real insecurities on paper, get my vulnerabilities out on paper, for my case, go on some hideous date and come home and, write it out in pictures. Even today, when I call Sparky on the phone, or sometimes Sparky will call me, and he will be saying, I'm sitting in front of a blank piece of paper. How am I ever going to think of another idea? It's sort of the most wonderful thing to hear from somebody who's been so brilliant for 40 years in a row, to know that every day he still struggles, with the exact same piece of paper that I do and that everybody does. And I think that's about as inspiring as anything.
It used to be that in grammar school or junior high, when some of us aspired to be actors, we would gladly take any role that came along, whether it was a tree, a shepherd, or a sugar plum fairy. For the past 20 years, however, the first school play for a youngster is often You're a Good Man, Charlie Brown. Ironically, it was a group of adult actors, headed by Gary Berghoff as Charlie Brown, who first performed the musical back in 1967. The show was directed by Joseph Hardy.
So how do you do a dog? I mean, Snoopy, there he was, the dog. But we knew that we had to personify him somehow. Should he have paws? Should he have ears? We all decided finally that that was nonsense, that he was basically a human being. He talked like a human being. So we just decided on the simplest possible, white turtleneck, black pants, and Bill Hennett, who was on the scene because he'd done the record, was a perfect performer. He was wonderful, and there we were.
Yeah! Bring on the dog food, bring on the bone, bring on the barrel and roll me home, 'cause it's supper, supper, supper time. Wintertime's nice with the ice and snow, summertime's nice with a place to go, bedtime, overtime, halftime too, but they just can't hold a candle to my supper time. Oh yeah! Bring on the hamburger, bring on the bun. Papa's little puppy loves everyone, 'cause it's supper, 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 super duper dupper doo.
Why can't you eat your meal quietly and calmly like any normal dog? So what's wrong with making mealtime a joyous occasion?
What is it about the character Charlie Brown that makes him so appealing?
Well, I think Charlie Brown just wants to be left alone to enjoy the things in life that he really likes. I've always said that he's probably the sort of little kid that I would have liked to have had as a friend or a neighbor when I was small, because he likes these simple things in life. He likes baseball and he likes to read. He doesn't want to bother anybody else. He just wants to enjoy these things that he likes and not be interrupted by other more nasty people who have a tendency to want to spoil the things that you like. But Charlie Brown's a very decent, caring little boy. Unfortunately, he is surrounded by people who don't have any idea what's going on, and by a dog who doesn't even remember his name.
so we continue to cheer on the hopes and dreams of these very American characters. Snoopy trying to write the great novel. Woodstock trying to fly right side up. Peppermint Patty fighting for independence. Lucy trying to be heard above the crowd. Sally trying to win the affection of Lioness. And good old Charlie Brown trying to meet the little red-haired girl. We identify with all of them because their daily struggles reflect our own daily struggles. They have poetically expressed the heart and soul of our way of life. We thank them and their creator for bringing us so much joy. Happy anniversary, Charles Schulz. Happy anniversary, Charlie Brown. Good night.